Hello students, welcome to the class. So today we will be discussing the next topic of exercise this chapter number 6, that is lines and angle. One class I have taken earlier, so in that class I have discussed the things what was there in exercise 1. So now I will discuss 6.2, that is the second exercise of this chapter. So you see, this chapter is about, you can see here I have drawn this thing. These are the basic things you have learned in other classes also. Then also I thought let me give a brief introduction on this thing. So if two lines are parallel, okay, AM and N, if these two lines are parallel, okay, and this is the transversal. Transversal, we know if a line intersect at the two parallel lines, if it passes through the two parallel lines, then the point of intersection, okay, so there will be 2 points of intersection. I have named them P and Q, okay. So you see here some angles are formed, and they have some this co-interior angles, we say these are supplementary, then corresponding angles, then alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, okay, many types of angles are formed, okay. So you see here corresponding angles. So corresponding angles I have written by giving brackets so that you can easily see. First one, you see angle 1 and 5, angle 1, this one, and angle 5, these are corresponding angles on the same side, okay. One is in the exterior, another one is interior, okay. Let me say before that, these are interior angles, angle 4, angle 3, angle 5 and angle 6, these are interior angles, and these are exterior angles 1, 2, 8 and 7, okay. So you see here corresponding angles, angle 1 and angle 5, one should be exterior, another should be interior, angle 1 and 5, then this one 2,6, then it will be one interior, another one exterior on the same side, so 4,8, another 3 and 7. So these are corresponding angles, and these angles are equal. If I write the value here 60 degree for this angle 1, then for angle 5 also it will come 60 degree, because corresponding angles are equal. Next one is alternate interior angles, alternate interior angles. So you see here angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate angles, both are interior angles, okay. These are interior angles 4, 3, 5 and 6, so these are alternate interior angles. Another one, it is 3,5, so these are also equal. If I give the value here, for example angle 5 I have given 30 degree, then this one will also be 30 degree, because alternate interior angles are equal. Next one, it is alternate exterior angle, alternate exterior angle. So term exterior is there, that means they will be on the outside, that is the exterior angles will be, so angle 1 and angle 7 here, angle 2 and angle 8, angle 2 and angle 8, angle 1 and angle 7, angle 2 and angle 8. So if the value of this one is given 60 degrees, so that one will also be 60, because alternate interior and exterior angles are also equal. Then comes co-interior angles, that is in interior angles on the same side of the transversal, on the same side of the transversal, that means same side means this one 3 and 6 here, and they are 4 and 5. So there is a, they are not equal, but there is a relation like this, that the sum of these co-interior angles are supplementary, that is if I add them, then I will get 180 degree. This angle 4 and angle 5, and they are angle 3 and angle 6, if I add angle 4 plus angle 5 will be 180 degree, angle 3 plus 6 also will be 180 degree. So co-interior angles are supplementary, okay. So now let us move to the exercise. We will need this thing, okay. So you note it down nicely. Okay, so exercise 6.2, later on I will discuss examples, okay. First of all, let me complete the exercise. So first question, question number 1, there is a figure given, you have to find the value of x and y, and find the value of x and y, and then show that AB is parallel to CD. So first of all, your duty is to find the value x and y, and later on you have to show that AB is parallel to CD. This is the transversal given, this one given 50 degree, this angle given x, here it is y, and this angle it is 130 degree. Actually it is very easy to find. You see here, I can find x by taking this one, this transversal, it is a straight line. If I take this line only, this line, it is a straight line. There another line passes like this, no? Here A is there, so that means these two angles are this linear pairs. So sum will be 180 degree. This one 50. Okay, if I draw it like this, then the line is like this and A passes like this. So one angle here it is given 50, another one given x. So sum will be 180 degree. And y I can find, you see this is vertically opposite angle, so y will be equals to 130. Very easily I can find it. So first of all you see the question very careful and then you start solving. Okay, so first of all let me write y, because it is very easy here. Easily I can see, we know vertically opposite angles are equal. We know vertically opposite angles are equal, so I can write y is equals to 130 degree. Y is equals to 130 degree. So I can write y is equals to 130 degree because vertically opposite angles are equal. Now what I will do, I will take this one. Is there any name given? No. Okay. So I will take this transversal as a straight line, and this AB divides it into two equal parts. So I can write x plus 50 will be equals to 180 degree because these are linear pairs. Okay. But there is no name given. Okay, to name it as PQ. So you write like this. Since PQ is a straight line and AB is a, and AB stands on it. Okay. So okay, we can write it like this. So you write like this. Since PQ is a straight line, since PQ is a straight line, and okay, you name it, name these two points also, E and F. Okay, so it will be easy to write. Since therefore since PQ is a straight line, PQ is a straight line and AE stands on it. Since PQ is a straight line and AE stands on it, PQ is a straight line and AE stands on it, so I can write therefore x plus 50 degree is equals to 180, since linear pair. Or directly also you can write, rather than giving the names and all, directly you can write x plus 50 is equals to 180 since linear pair. So after that I can find it very easily. So x will be equals to 180 minus 50. So implies x is equals to 180 minus 50, 50, 60, 70, 80, that is 130. So now you see one thing, question is given, you are to show that AB is parallel to, first of all you have to find the value of x and y, which I have found. Y is equals to 130, x is equals to 130. Now the question is given like this, that after finding the value you have to show that AB is parallel to CD. So now very easily I can show, because x, what is the value of x came? It is 130. What is the value of y came? It is 130. And x and y are alternate angles. So if alternate angles are equal, then I can say that yes, these two lines are parallel. So you write, since, okay, there is no place, let me erase this one and write, since x is equals to y is equals to 130, since x is equals to y is equals to 130, Since x is equals to y is equals to 130, they form a pair of alternate angles. So directly I can rewrite here. Wait a minute. And they are the pair, and they are the angles of a pair of they are the angles of a pair of alternate interior and since x is equals to y is equals to 130 and they are the angles of a pair of alternate interior angles and they are the angles of a pair of alternate interior angles, so we can say that since they are the pairs of alternate interior angles, so I can say that AB is parallel to CD. So simple thing, what I have written, that x is equals to y, and it is possible if and only if they are parallels. Okay, x will be y, that means they are alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal only in case of parallel lines. So alternate angles are equal only in case of parallel lines. So from that one I have written, so since x is equals to y is equals to 130 and they are the angles of a pair of alternate interior angles or interior alternate angles, okay, same thing. So I can write therefore AB is parallel to CD. Now let us move to the next example. It is a question. It is given like this, another figure is given, AB is parallel to CD, CD is parallel to EF, okay, and the ratio is given and you have to find the value of x. So before starting the question, there is actually a theorem like this, that lines which are, if I draw two lines, for example like AB and this one CD, so these two lines are parallel. If it is given like this, that AB is parallel to CD, and another line if I draw EF, let me name, and it is given that EF is parallel to CD, okay, like this it is given that these two lines are parallel, these two lines are parallel, that means I can write AB will be parallel to EF is these two lines are parallel to one another and these two lines are parallel to one another, that means these two lines will also be parallel to each other. So it will be AB parallel EF, okay. So this one you keep in mind, and this one we need here also while solving this one. If two lines are parallel to each other and these two also parallel to each other, then this one will be parallel to that one, okay. So now you seek example question number 2. Okay, let me draw the figure. Three parallel lines are given. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E and F, okay, and a transversal is drawn like this. Angles are given, this one X, this one Y, and that one given Z, okay. So these are the things what is given in the question, and it is given that AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. So first of all let me write what is given here. Given AB is parallel to CD, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, and CD is parallel to EF. So if these two lines are parallel to each other, that means I can write AB will be parallel to AF. Therefore AB will be parallel to EF, and you name this, you give like this P and Q, and PQ is the transversal. Therefore AB is parallel to EF and PQ is the transversal. Okay, so now you see, which actually we can do this sum by two ways. One, yesterday, sorry, that is on the our last class, I have done by taking the ratio of the, like this, if two ratios are given, y is to x is to y, and which is equals to 2 is to 3, if it is given like this, then what I have taken to find the value of x, I have written x is equals to 2 by sum of the ratio into what is the total angle, that one I have written. And another one, we can take it x also, let x be twice a, since x and y it is given here, so you cannot take x, so you take it like this, let x equals to 2a, y equals to 3a, and then you solve it. Okay, you can get in that way also. Okay. So you see here, for the first one I can write, you see, if I take these two lines are parallel, AB is parallel to EF, you forget about this one, okay, then these two are alternate interior angles, and alternate interior angles are equal, alternate interior angles are equal. So I can write it like this, since alternate interior angles are alternate interior angles are equal, alternate interior angles are equal, so I can write x is equals to z, x is equals to z, I can write x is equals to that. Okay, question is to find the value of x. Okay, so I can write x is equals to z, this one will be equals to that one, because they are alternate interior angles. Now I have to find one ratio is given, you see, y is to z is equals to 3 is to 7, but I don't know the total angle. If you want, you can take like this, that let y equals to 3a and z equals to 7a, and then you can solve it and you can find the value of x, or directly also by two line you can do it, how I have done on our last class. So you see here, if y is equals to this one, this y, this and this one are vertically opposite angle, I can write this one and this one are vertically opposite angle, this one and this angle, it is vertically opposite angle, and sum, and now it becomes co-interior angle. So now sum of these two will be equals to 180 degree, sum of these two will be equals to 180 degree. So you write like this, since y plus z is equals to 180 degree, and in bracket you write, since co-interior angles y plus z is equals to 180 degree, and in bracket you write co-interior angles. How I have written, you see here, this y and this angle will be vertically opposite angle, and y and z, these are co-interior angles. So sum of the co-interior angle, it is 180, it is supplementary. So I have written y plus z is equals to 180 degree. So now I have got the total measure of this angle, which is 180 degree, and ratio it is given y is to z. So you write like this, since y is to z is equals to given 3 is to 7, y is to z it is given 3 is to 7, and y plus z it is given 180. So total measure of the angle is also there, and the ratio of the angle is also there. So now very easily I can find each and every angle. So I am using that formula, it is actually very easy to do, it doesn't take time. So y I can find directly, y will be equals to, what is the y ratio it is given, y is to z it is given 3 is to 7, no, that means y is 3, so 3 by sum of the ratio, that is 3 plus 7, and what is the total measure of the angle, it is 180 degree, it is 180 degree. So I will get y, and for z it will be same, it will be, for z it will be 7, so 7 by 3 plus 7 into 180, 7 by okay, now let me solve it. So it will be 3 by 7, 8, 9, 10 into 180 degree, and there it will be 7 by 10 into 180 degree. So 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel. So they are left 18 into 3 and they are left 18 into 7. 54 degree and 126 degree. So I have got the value. Z is equals to 126 and Y is equals to 54 degree. Okay, now the question is to find the value of X. So now you see what we have done earlier. I have shown that X and Z are alternate interior angles. That means they are equal. So if value of Z, if it is 126, then value of X will also be 126. So I can write on that one, you where you have written no X is equals to Z, there you give Roman number 1. So I can write from 1. Okay, so you give it as Roman 1, where I have given X equals to Z, there you give Roman number 1. So therefore from equation 1 I can write X is equals to, or directly write, okay, no problem is there, since X equals to Z is equals to 126 degree. So value of X is 126 degree, and write X is equals to 126. Okay, so this is the end of this question. Now question number 3, it is given, a figure is given and it is given like this: AB is parallel to CD, EF is perpendicular to CD, and GED is equals to 126, GED is equals to GED, yes, it is given 126, AGE, you have to find these three angles. Okay, so let me draw the figure, then I can do it. To get good marks in these chapters, okay, no, all the 3 chapters what is there included in half yearly, these are of geometry. Okay, so if you want to get good marks, you have to practice again and again, then only you can remember this thing. So AB CD, it is given perpendicular, no, it will be like this. So it is given perpendicular, F it is G, this is E, this line it is given perpendicular. Okay, now what are given you, first of all let me write given angle GED is equals to GED is equals to 126 degree. Okay, one thing you see, what are the angles I have to find, I am writing it here so that you can see each and every time. One I need AGE, another I need GEF, and another one I need FGE. So one by one I will try to find, or which one comes first, which one comes easily, this one I will draw. Okay. So GED it is given, GED, this one, this angle it is given 126 degree. Okay, this angle it is given 126 degree, and AGE that is this angle, this one I have to find. So you see one thing very carefully, AB and CD are parallel lines. If I take GE as a transversal, then this angle and this angles are alternate angles. This angle and this angle, it is alternate angle, and if they are alternate, that means they are equal. That means the value will also be same. Again I am saying, if I take AB and CD parallel line, then and GE as the transversal, then this angle which is formed AGE will be alternate to angle GED. That means value of this angle will also be 126 degree. So let me write like this: since AB is parallel to CD and GE is a transversal, given GED, to given what is given I have written, and AB parallel to CD and GE is a transversal. GE is a transversal. So you see one thing, what I can do, I can write AGE will be equals to angle GED, and the reason will be since alternate interior angle. Okay, you write it full, alternate interior angle AGE. And one thing you remember, whenever in exam you will write, no, you try to draw the figure, don't leave this one, whatever the question may be, but you just write draw the figure in the this side of the page, and then you start solving the maths. Okay, so AGE is equals to GED, and what is the value of GED? It is 126 degrees. So first one I have got. Question was to find AGE, so AGE finished. Okay, very easily we have done. Now I need the other. Okay, now you see, now I can find I can find GEF, that is this angle. See one thing here, I want to find this angle, this particular, this small one, okay, but the measure of this whole angle, it is given 126, this one given 90, that means it is perpendicular, no, that means this angle is 90 degree, only this part, I am talking about this part, okay, FED, this part it is 90 and this part it is, I don't know. So if I subtract from 126, the measure of, you see here I am doing, the measure of whole angle, it is given 126, it is divided by a line like this, E and FE, okay, and in question it is given this one, it is perpendicular, okay, I have drawn it, see here, okay, let me draw it like this, 126 it is given, no, and measure of this angle it is given 90, the whole measure, whole one, it is 126, and this part it is a perpendicular, no, so this part measure 90, and question is to find this one, so that means 90 plus this angle will be equals to 126, 90 plus this angle will be equals to 126, so I can write it like this, so you write, since angle GEF plus angle FED is equals to angle GED, you try to relate, okay, GEF plus FED, which will be equals to this whole angle, that is GED. So if I put the value GEF, I don't know, I have to find it out. FED, it is 90 degree, but not given directly in the question, so I have to write by why, how I have got this 90 degree, there I will give the reason, and GED it is 126, and reason you give for this 90 degree, it will be what is given here in the questions, EF is perpendicular to CD, so you write, since EF is perpendicular to CD, so for that you can write here, therefore FED equals to 90 degree, or it's okay. So now I can find GEF, angle GEF is equals to 126 degree minus 90, so angle GEF is equals to 126 minus 90, it is 90, yes, 36. So the measure of this angle, it is 36. So now the last one, it is FGE. FGE you are to find. Okay. Now you see here, again I am doing it nicely so that you can see very easily. So this is the transversal given, okay. So question is to find FGE, that is there is a point somewhere, there F, there G and there E. Question is to find this angle, okay. And you see here GED, one angle is there, it is 126. I have drawn what I need, actually only that part I have drawn so that you don't get confused. FGE we need to find this angle, and GED it is given in the question, and these two angles are co-interior angles, and co-interior angle sum it is 180 degree. So FGE plus GED will be equals to 180 degree. So from this one I will get very easily the measure of FGE. Okay, so I am erasing this part. Now AB is parallel to CD and GE is a transversal. Now AB is parallel to CD and GE is a transversal. So I can write angle FGE plus angle, you see here in the figure, FGE plus angle GED will be equals to 180 degree, and the reason will be since co-interior angles, So FGE, so I have to find. So I will write it same. GED value it is given 126 equals to 180. FGE is equals to 180 degree minus 126 degree. FGE is equals to it will be there 4 and 7 6, 54 degree. So the value is 54 degree. So very easily I have found one by one. So you try to actually, you always do it in a way so that you can find. First of all you see the question, then you draw the diagram, and then you try to relate the things. One by one you try to find. Don't go on just saying, oh, how can I find this thing. You just see the question very carefully. You draw the diagram and then you see this one I need, so how can I relate this one with the other angles. This angle I need, how I can relate it with the other angles, what is given in the question. So like this you try to find a relation and then you try to solve it. It will be very easy. Okay. Now let us move to question number 4. Question number 4, it is they are about to do actually a little construction. Okay, first of all let me draw how it is given here. Okay, so it is given like this: PQ, this angle 110 degree, there it is given R, there it is given S, measure given 130 degree, and there it is given T. So in these are the things what is given in the question. Okay, so if PQ is parallel to ST, so these two lines are parallel to one another, and the measurement what is given here, it is PQR value it is given 110, RST it is given 130. So find, you have to find QRS, you have to find QRS. So you have to find this angle. Okay, you have to find this angle. So first of all let me write what is given, and you have to do a small construction also. Given PQ is parallel to ST, PQ is parallel to ST. Okay. Let me draw a parallel line. This will be parallel to this line also, and it will be parallel to this line also. Straight line you draw, name it E and F. Okay, I have drawn a parallel line EF which is parallel to PQ also and parallel to ST also. So I can write that EF is parallel to PQ and EF is parallel to ST also. So write like this: by construction, we have drawn PQ is parallel to EF and ST is parallel to EF. Okay. So by construction we have got these two. Okay. So now you see the question very carefully and some other things are also given. Let me write it, then it will be later on I will use it. So you see here, value of PQR it is given 110, PQR it is given 110, RF. Okay. So PQR it is given 110, PQR and QRF, this is these two angles are this angle and this angle, this one is parallel to this one. So this angle and this angle, it is alternate angle. So if it is 110, then this angle will also be 110. This angle will also be 110. Okay. So I can write it. Since PQ is parallel to EF and QR is a transversal, PQR is a transversal, so I can write therefore angle PQR is equals to, okay, let me write it like this, angle QRF will be equals to angle PQR and QRF. Okay. So value of PQR it is given 110, PQR it is given 110. Okay, so QRF I can break it and I can write it as QRS plus SRF. This angle, this whole one, you see here what I have written, QRF. Okay, if I draw it like this, it is Q, this is R, this is F, and one line it is given ST. So I can write this whole angle QRF as the sum of these two angles, this one plus that one. This is QRS and this is SRF. So in place of QRF I am writing angle QRS plus angle SRF equals to, and what is the value of PQR? It is 110. There you write, since for given angle PQR, I have not written on this one, so I have to write it. Given angle PQR is equals to 110. Okay, so this will be our first equation. I will solve it by using equation. Okay, now you see, if ST is parallel to EF, ST if I write is parallel to EF, then these two angles will be these two angles, that is this angle and this one, SRF, this will be co-interior angles, and sum of co-interior angle it is 180 degree, that is SRST plus RST plus SRF will be equals to 180 degree. So again you write, again ST is parallel to EF. You see here and you try to relate the things. ST is parallel to EF and SR is a transversal so I can write angle RST. You try to see, you see here RST plus this angle, this one, I am talking about this angle, RST plus SRF plus angle SRF, and what is the value given? It is it will be 180 degree, because these are co-interior angles. We know the sum of the co-interior angle is 180 degree. RST it is given 130 degree plus angle SRF is equals to 180 degree. So angle SRF will be equals to 180 minus 130. So it will be 50 degree. Hope is it visible to you. What I have done, in place of RST it is given 130 degree, so I have written one there. You write given RST is equals to 130, and or else you can write it fast while starting. When I have written this line, after that you write given this two angle and this one is parallel to that one, okay. Or else you write it here given, since I have not written, so you write it here given RST is parallel, given angle RST is 130 degree, or you just write given, okay. So just I have put the values and I have got the value of SRF. SRF what I have got? It is 50 degree. So now if I put here, question is to find QRS. So now if I put the value of SRF here, then I will easily get the answer. SRF value if I put here, then I will get the value of QRS. Question is to find QRS, okay. So what I have done, I have found the value of SRF. Now I will put it here. So I will get the value of QRS. So from equation 1, so I can write angle QRS plus angle SRF. In place of SRF you can write it is 50 degree. Answer is 60 degree. Answer is 60 degree. So no need to write this line directly, we put, since it is from equation 1. Okay. So the value of QRS it is 60 degree. So this is the end of this question. Now move to the next question. Question number 5. It is given in the figure AB is parallel to CD, angle APQ is given 50 degree, and PRD it is given 127. You have to find the value of X and Y. You have to find the value of X and Y. Okay, this is also very easy sum. Just you have to relate and you have to find the things. Alhamdulillah. You see here, these two lines are parallel. A, P, Q. While drawing, you use scale. Okay, I am doing rough, so it may not look like a straight line. So when you draw it, when you write this thing in your copy, you draw this figure with using scale in exam also. Okay, don't write with just go on drawing with your hand. Okay, so this one remain 120. 127 degree. Question is to find X and Y. So easily by seeing also you can write. You see here X. Question is to find X and Y. X, how I can find this one and this angle. These are alternate angles. So value of X it will be 50 degree. And value of Y. Y I can find this angle and this whole angle, it is alternate angle. So that means in place of Y, Y I can find by like this, by making an equation. It will be this one 50 plus 50 degree plus Y will be equals to 127 degree, because this angle and this whole angle it is alternate angle, and this whole angle measures 50 plus Y. So 50 plus Y equals to 127 degree. So very easily I can solve it. Okay, it will take 2-3 lines. You see here, now I am doing it. Question number 5. Given AB is parallel to CD, angle APQ is equals to 50 degree, and angle PRD is equals to 127 degree. Question is to find the value of X and Y. So you write like this: since AB is parallel to CD, AB is parallel to CD and PQ is a transversal, AB is parallel to CD and PQ is a transversal. So I can write AX is equals to 50 degree since alternate interior angle. Okay, AX is equals to 50 degree. If you want, you can name the angle APQ equals to angle PQR. Okay, you write it, it will be better. Angle APQ equals to angle PQR. APQ, PQR, that is APQ, it is so you write it like this, it will be PQR equals to APQ. So AX will be equals to 50, finished, problem solved. Okay, so PQR equals to APQ, so AX is equals to 50, or directly how I have written you can write. Okay, those who have confusion, for them it is actually good. You can see the angle and then you can read it on. Later on you will forget from where I have got this one. Okay, now the matter of X is finished. Now I will find Y. So value of X I have got 50 degree. Now I have to find Y. What I have said, that this angle and these angles are alternate angle. So what I will write, same thing I will write again. AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD, and now which one I will take as transversal, PQ or PR? Now I will take PR because this angle makes this one and that one alternate. Okay, so this line makes, so PR will be the transversal, so PR is a transversal. Okay, AB is parallel to CD, AB is parallel to CD, and PR is the transversal. Okay, so now angle APR will be equals to angle PRD since alternate interior angle. Okay, you write it full. So APR I can write as angle APQ plus angle QPR. APQ plus QPR equals to angle PRD. What I have written in place of APR, this whole angle, what I have written, that this angle APQ plus this angle QPR, it is equals to PRD. So APQ it is 50 and this one it is Y equals to 127 degree. So Y will be equals to 127 minus 50. So it will be only 77 I think. Y is 77 degrees. So value of Y we have got X directly by writing alternate angle. Value of X we have got in the first line, and Y just writing that these two are this angle and this angle, this whole angle and this one are alternate angles. So this whole angle measures 50 plus Y and this one 127. So 50 plus Y equals to 127, and that is Y is equals to 77. Okay, so now let us move to the next question, question number 6. So it is about a mirror. Okay, so those who have, okay, I'll discuss it. If you don't know also, it is actually related some physics concept also you need to solve this one. It is about mirror given, no? You see the question in the following figure, PQ and RS are two mirrors placed parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at B, and a reflected ray moves along the path BC and strikes the mirror RS at C, and again reflects back along CD. You are to prove that AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. You are to prove. Okay. First of all, let me draw the figure. Two mirrors are there. PQ R S. Okay, so this is their reflecting side. So one ray Okay, one ray passes like this. So normally when you will go to this point, it will reflect back, and again it will pass like this. So this one, it is named, this is given D, this one given C. Okay, so question is to prove that this line AB is parallel to CD. Question is to prove that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, so now you see one thing, since it is a case of mirror. Okay, this is the reflecting side. Okay, so this side, okay, no need to get. One thing you see, if I draw, if two parallel lines are there, and if I draw two perpendicular like this in two parts, then they will also be parallel to each other, because distance will be same. If I draw a perpendicular from here to here, if I draw a perpendicular from this line, one I have drawn from this line, another one I have drawn from that line, so these two will also be parallel to each other. So perpendicular, okay, if it is drawn on the parallel lines, then they are parallel to again each other. So one I have got. Another one is in case of the laws, one law of reflection, it is there that angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. So for that purpose, we will use that thing, and we'll solve it. So for that I am doing two perpendiculars. So from B I am drawing one. Okay, it may not look so straight, but you draw it with scale, it will be correct. Okay, so I am giving it as name L. Another from here, I am giving it as name M. Okay, so this will be the angle of incidence, this will be R. Okay, so here also it will be same. Now you see one thing, angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence will be equals to angle of reflection. So if a ray reflects like this, and if I draw a perpendicular, that is the normal, then this one I from here, if it is passes, then this will be the angle of incidence, this is the reflected angle. Okay, so these two angles measures will be same. If this is 30, then this one will also be 30. Okay, this one you keep in mind. So what I have drawn, I have to write. So given, first of all let me write question number 6. Given, what is given here, that PQ is parallel to RS. Okay, this is given. So I am drawing, you write like this, draw BL, draw ray BL perpendicular to PQ and CM perpendicular to RS. So what I have said earlier, that if if I draw two parallel lines, if I draw two perpendiculars on the parallel line, then they are also parallel to each other. They are also parallel to each other. So if BL is perpendicular to this one and their CM is perpendicular, then these two lines will also be parallel to each other. That is, BL will be parallel to CM. BL will be parallel to CM. So I can write, therefore BL is parallel to CM. And reason you write, since BL is perpendicular to, okay, no need there, so I have given this one construction. Okay, you write it like this. So BL will be parallel to, since BL is parallel to PQ and CM is parallel to RS, so we write it there. So these two lines are parallel. So now if I take BL and CM as two parallel lines and BC as the transversal, then this angle and this angle will be alternate. That means this angle LBC or CBL, what I write, and BCM, this will be parallel to, this will be alternate angles, that is, these two angles will be equal. So you write, since BL is parallel to CM and BC is the transversal, BC is a transversal and BC is a transversal, so I can write LBC. LBC will be equals to angle MCB, and in bracket you write alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles, you write it in full. Okay, so alternate interior angles. Okay. This one you give as equation 1. So we'll solve it using this one. Now what I have said, that angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. So you write, since angle of incidence, since we are talking about mirror, so incidence, angle of incidence will be equals to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. So if angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection, that means this angle will be equals to this one and this angle will be equals to that one. Okay, so I can write it like this. So therefore angle ABL will be equals to angle LBC. ABL will be equals to angle LBC. These two angles are equal. I have given with two tick marks. Okay, and these two angles are equal, so I have given 1 so that you can see. So ABL will be equals to angle LBC and angle MCB will be equals to angle MCD. MCB will be equals to angle MCD. Is it clear? Angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. So I have given these two angles are equal and here these two angles are equal. Okay. So if these two angles are equal, and what is given here, you see, LBC, what I have said, if two lines, these two angles are equal, it is given, these two angles are equal, it is given. If these two angles are equal, if these two angles are, I am giving you some round, okay, if these two angles are equal and here this one is equals to this one, for example I am giving this one 30 degree, this one also 30 degree given, and in question we have proved earlier that these two angles are equal, that means this one also 30. I am just taking one example. Okay, if these two angles are equal and here these two angles equal, because angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection, so this one and this one also equals to angle, so all the angles are equal. If these two equal, if these two angles are equal, then these two also will be equal to one another. If these two angles are equal, then these two angles will also be equal to one another. So from that too I can write like this, that angle ABL will be equals to angle MCD. Okay, you see here again, I know some of you have got confused here. What I have said, after when we have come to this line, what we have got, that LBC, this angle, this one, LBC is equals to angle MCB. We have, oh sorry, MCM written, no, MCB it will be, you make it correct here, MCB. So LBC will be equals to MCB. So these two angles will be equal to one another. It is given, we have proved earlier. We have proved it that these two angles are equal. Now you see one thing. Now what we have got here, angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Now we have shown that this angle, this one I am giving it as angle 1. This angle is equals to this one, and this angle is equals to this angle. And here what we have got a relation, that these two angles are equal. So if these two angles are equal, then this one also, this one and this one same. If this one and this one same, then this one and this one will also be same. So if these two are all are same, that means this angle will be equals to this angle. So I have written that one there, this angle is equals to that angle. Okay. So this one you give as 2. Now what we'll do, we'll add this 2 and simply we'll get the answer. So I am erasing this part. Therefore equation 1 plus 2, or you can write adding equation 1 and 2. So LBC angle, okay, first of all, okay, write LBC plus angle ABL. LBC plus ABL is equals to angle MCB plus angle MCD. Okay, LBC, which one? You see here, LBC, this angle, plus ABL, this angle. That means this is the whole angle. This one plus this one means this whole angle. So I can write in place of this one PBC, P not this one, A. So I can write ABC, which will be equals to, now you see this one, MCD, this angle, MCD, this angle, plus MCB, this angle, MCB plus MCB plus MCD. So this angle plus that angle, that means this whole angle. So which will be equals to angle DCB, but BCD, whatever. Okay, you write BCD. Now you see what we have got after solving so many things. I am erasing this thing so that now I can make it clear to you. This was our diagram, no, initial diagram. So now we have proved that this angle is equals to this angle. So this angle is equals to this angle. That means if I take this one as a parallel line AB and this one as another parallel line, and these two angles will be alternate angles. So if the alternate angles are equal, we have proved here ABC is equals to this angle. If alternate angles are equal, then we can say that these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. So these two, what we have got? These two are, that is, angles of a pair of alternate interior angles of a pair of alternate interior angles are equal. So what we have got, that angles of a pair of alternate, these two are alternate angles, and what we have got, that these two are equal. So I can write, therefore AB is parallel to CD. Angles of a pair of alternate interior angles are equal. We have got that angles of a pair of alternate interior angles are equal. So if these two angles are equal, then I can say that these two lines are parallel to one another. These two lines are parallel to one another. So this is the end of this exercise. So now let us move to examples. I will just discuss. Okay, you see the question very carefully. It is done in your book very nicely. So see example number 4. Example number 4, yes. Example number 4. So in some book I have seen figure is not there correctly. It is okay. Later. Okay, this is the construction I am giving directly because we need later. So you see, if your figure is not there nicely in your book, then you draw it. Okay. In some book I have seen printing problem is there. Okay, this figure doesn't come so nicely. Okay, so you see here, this is the figure. Question is given. This one I have done construction. Okay, I have given earlier because I need it later. This is your figure. This part I have given construction. Which one with dotted lines? Okay. So you see your question is given that angle, this angle measures 135, that one measures 40 degree. So you have to find the measure of angle XYM, this angle you have to find. So very easily I can find this angle. You see here. First of all, what I will write? I will write that this PQ line is parallel to AB. If I write PQ is parallel to AB, and XM is a transversal, XM will be the transversal. Okay. So you see here this angle, I need this whole angle. So if I can find this one and that one, then I will add it and later on I will get. Okay. So this angle and this angle very easily I can write because these two are co-interior angles. So if these two lines are parallel to each other, then 135 plus this angle, that is angle AXMB, will be equals to 180 degree. Reason will be this angle plus that angle will be equals to 180 degree. Reason will be co-interior angle. When I will go for this part, then I will write it directly. This angle and that angle, it is alternate angle. You see here, first of all what I will do, I will find this angle. So I need, you see here, I need XMY given. No, I need to find XMY. So XMY, how can I find? If I find XMB plus angle, it will be YMB. Okay, this angle I need to find, and to find this angle, if I write it like this, then I can find it very easily. This angle plus that angle, if I name it angle 1, angle 2, that means angle 1 plus angle 2, it will be equals to this whole angle. So to find this angle, what I will write? I will write that this line is parallel to this line, and these two are co-interior angles. So if these two are co-interior angles, then their sum will be 180. So easily I will get this angle. So I will find this angle by using co-interior angle property, and these two angle, and this angle I can find if I write AB is parallel to RS and MY is a transversal, then this one will be alternate to this one. These two are alternate angles. So this one value will be 40 degree. You just solve it, you will get the answer. Very easy. Okay. First of all, how I have said, you write like this. First of all, you draw this one, then you draw this construction, draw in AB which passes through this point M. Okay, and parallel to this two. Okay. So you write about how it is given here. You write it, draw a line AB parallel to line PQ through point M as shown in the figure. Then you write this line is parallel to this one is parallel to that one. That means these two are also parallel. Okay. So now our motive is to find this one. This is our motive. Okay. So I need this angle, I need that angle. So to find this angle, first of all I will write PQ is parallel to AB and XM is a transversal. So if XM is a transversal, then this one and this one are co-interior angles. So I can write 135 plus this angle will be equals to 180. So I will get XMB from here. Then I will write that AB is parallel to RS and this is a transversal. So this one and this one alternate angles. So there I will get the value, this one 40 degree. Then I will write therefore XMY is equals to this angle plus that angle. So there whatever the value I will get, I will put it here, and there I will whatever the value I will get, I will put it here, and I will find the answer. Now example number 5, you see again another case is given. So there also figure is not given so correctly. So you, if it is there in your book, then so well and good. If it is not there, then you draw it. Okay. So it is given like this: P, Q, R and S. Okay. So one line is there like this. AB it is given. Okay, sorry. A, B, then C, and last one it is given D. These are the angle bisectors. So these two angles form will be equal. So it is given as E. There another one given. So these two angles are also equal because this line is bisecting them equally. So these are the thing what is given in the question. Okay. So now question is given like this: if a transversal intersect two lines such that, so what I have drawn, it is given. So now you have to solve it. Okay. You have to show that, you have to prove that these two lines are parallel. You have to prove that PQ is parallel to RS. So this one it is not given that these two lines are parallel. You have to prove PQ is parallel to RS. So you have to prove this one. PQ is parallel to RS. Okay. So now you see what is given here. A transversal AD. So from there you write a transversal AD intersect two lines PQ and RS at a point. By giving given, you write given a transversal AD intersect two lines PQ and RS at point B and C respectively. Ray BE is a bisector. Ray BE is a bisector of this angle ABQ, and that CG is a bisector of angle BCS. Okay. So now you see it is given. So you write like this: you have to prove PQ is parallel to this one. So first of all you write, since ray which one? Ray BE bisects angle ABQ. So if it is bisected, that means this anyone you take angle, which one? ABE. So this angle will be half of this whole angle. If it is bisected equally, if this whole angle measures 60 degree, then this angle will be 30, this angle will be 30, that means half of this whole angle. So I can write angle ABE will be equals to half of this whole angle which one? ABQ. Similarly I can write ray CG bisects angle BCS. Since ray CG bisects this whole angle, so what I write? You write everything, okay? I am just main line I am showing, okay? Angle BCG will be equals to half of this whole angle, that is BCS. This is our equation number 2. So from one and one thing more is there. So given BE is parallel to BE, in question it is given this line is parallel to this line. These two lines are parallel. That means this angle and this angle, it is ABE will be equals to angle BCG, because they are corresponding angles. So since BE is parallel to CG and AD is a transversal. Okay, so you see here, since BE is parallel to this line is parallel to this line, this line is parallel to this line, that means these two angles, this one and this one, are corresponding angles. This one and this one are corresponding angles. So I can write angle ABE will be equals to angle BCG, and reason will be corresponding angle. ABE will be equals to angle BCG, and reason will be corresponding angle. So if this angle is equals to this one, that means ABQ will be equals to angle BCS. You see here, if this angle is equals to that one, from 1 and 2 you can write by substituting. If this angle is equals to this one, that means this part will be equals to that part, half, so I can cancel. You can write it like this, half angle ABQ. Half ABE is equals to half angle ABQ, and BC is equals to angle half angle BCS, and then the side you can write from equation 1 and 2, from 1 and 2. So half it will be cancelled. So ABQ will be equals to angle BCS. ABQ will be equals to angle BCS. ABQ will be equals to angle BCS. What I have done? I have written BE is the bisector, and this one is equals to half of that angle. CG is a bisector, so this angle will be equals to half of angle. After that, it was given in the question that BE and CG are parallel to each other, and AD is a transversal. So that means this angle will be equals to that angle, because reason will be corresponding angle. So if this angle is equals to that one, so from 1 and 2 I can write half of this angle equals to half of that angle. So half, so it will be neglected. So ABQ will be equals to angle BCS. So if these two angles are equal, if ABQ this angle, if ABQ, I am giving it, ABQ is equals to angle this angle. You see here, if this angle is equals to this angle, you forgot other thing, what we have got now, that ABQ is equals to angle BCS, this angle is equals to angle this angle. So it will be possible only if these two lines are parallel, then this one will be equals to angle this angle, reason will be corresponding angle. Okay, so I can write this angle will be equals to this angle will be equals to this angle, if and only if these two lines are parallel, and the reason will be corresponding angle. So you write, you turn the page and you see the reason it is given, but they are corresponding angle formed by the transversal AD and PQ, AD and AD with PQ and RS, with PQ and RS. So these two angles are corresponding angle formed with the line PQ and RS. So I can say that PQ is parallel to RS. What we have proved? We have proved this angle is equal to this angle, and if these two angles are equal, then this line will be equal and region will be corresponding angle, because in case of if the two angles are equal, because if two corresponding angles are equal, then only the lines will be parallel. So first of all, what we have done, from this we have proved that this angle is equal to that angle. This angle is equal to this angle. If these two angles are equal, that means they are corresponding angle, and if corresponding angles are equal, then I can say that these two lines are parallel. Okay, so now let us move to the last example. Example number 6. It is given in a figure, AB is parallel to CD, CD is parallel to EF, and EA is perpendicular to this thing given. So let me draw it, then I can make it very easily. I will make you understand. So you see the figure, I am drawing it here. So three parallel lines are given, and this one is given perpendicular, that means this angle is 90 degree. A, C and E given. Another line it is given like this. This one is named as B, and measure is given, angle it is given Y, this one it is given D, and this one given Z, and this one it is given 55 degree. This is a very easy question. In exam if you see, you may get confused, okay, but normally it is a very easy question. I will just relate the things you see here. In question what is given, that this line is perpendicular to that one. So it is given EA is perpendicular to AB, EA is perpendicular to AB, that means angle C, okay, no need to write, this angle is 90 degree. Okay, so now you see, first one you have to find angle X, Y and Z. X, Y and Z you have to find, okay, X, Y and Z. So very easily I can find first of all Z, because you see this angle, this whole angle, this one and this one, these two lines are parallel, AB and EF, okay. There is a line like this pass. If I take that AB is parallel to EF and this is a transversal, that means this angle and this angle will be co-interior angles, and sum of co-interior angle it is 180 degree. Sum of co-interior angle it is 180 degree. That means I can write Z plus 90 plus Z plus 55, it will be equals to 180 degree, and region will be co-interior angles. So you write, since AB is parallel to EF. First of all you write directly, to not given, but we know that if this line is parallel to this line is parallel to this line, then I can write AB is parallel. So first of all you write given it is given that AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. AB is parallel to CD, CD is parallel to EF. So I can write AB is parallel to EF. We know this theorem, that if these two lines are parallel and these two lines are parallel to one another, that means ultimately these two lines will also be parallel to each other. So now you write, since AB is parallel to EF and AE is a transversal, AB is parallel to EF and AE is a transversal, so I can write angle like this. I can write like this, angle BAE will be plus angle BAE plus angle AEF. AEF will be equals to 180 degree, and reason will be since co-interior angles, So BAE, what is the value? It is 90 degree. AEF, what is the value? It is Z plus 55. It will be Z plus 55, this whole angle. which is equals to 180 degree. So I can write 90 plus 55. So directly you write it, it will be z is equals to 180 minus 90 plus 55, it will be 145. The answer will come 35 degree. So value of z it is 35 degree. Now I can you see here, now I can find angle y. So y, if these two lines are parallel, if these two lines are parallel, if CD is parallel, if I take CD parallel to EF and DE is a transversal, if I take CD parallel to EF and DE as a transversal, then I can write this angle y plus this one, these two will be co-interior angles for these two. Lines are like this and this is a parallel transversal. So this angle, that is angle y, and this angle 55 will be co-interior angle. So I can write therefore y plus 55 degree is equals to 180 degree, and reason will be again co-interior angle. So from there you will get the value of y. What is given here, value of y, it is y it came 125 degree. So it is 125. So y also we have got. Now the last one you see, then again I can write, if I write AB is parallel to CD, you see, if AB is parallel to CD and BD is a transversal and BD is a transversal, if AB is parallel to CD and BD is a transversal, then this angle and these angles are corresponding angles. So angle X will be equals to angle Y. So what is the value of y? Just now we have got, so x will be equals to 125 degree. So these are the three answers. Very easily we have related. Okay, what I have done, first of all I have found, if you want from this side also you can do. First of all you find x, y, then you find x, then you find z. It's up to you. Okay, I need only the answer. So this one I have taken these two as a parallel line, this angle and this angle and this whole angle I have taken as a co-interior angles. So this angle, whole angle means y plus 55. So there I have got the value of z as 35. For this one I have taken these two angle as a parallel line and this is a transversal. So if this is a transversal, then this to sum of these two angle will be equals to 180. So from there I have got y equals to 125. And for the last one, you see these two lines are parallel and this is the transversal BD. So that means this one and this one are corresponding angles. So there you write since corresponding angle. And from there we have got x is equals to y. So just now we have got the value of y as 125. So value of x is 125. So this is the end of this exercise. So if you have any doubt regarding this exercise, the earlier one, you can call me at night. Okay, thank you.